What's up, everybody? That was a cheesy intro.
And my hat fell off. All right, everybody, so today's video is all about the S10. We are gonna be diving into the camera features and also doing a few comparisons between the iPhone XS and S9.
Yeah, we just got our hands on this phone today, and I've been really stoked on the colors coming out of the S9, last year's model. So, like Niall said, we'll do a little comparison, but really, this will be our camera review on the S10. Specs aside, we wanna see how this image actually looks and holds up for our shooting environments.
So today's video isn't gonna be about like displays or bezels or any of that. It is about what this camera, yeah, it looks really pretty. It is about what this camera can do and basically what you could make and create with it. So
let's go. We'll explain, we'll do like a bunch of tests and we'll explain like why we're doing that test as we go. And pretty much all day today, unless we state otherwise, we will be shooting in the native app on all the cameras, or on the S10. We do have an awesome moment app that we shoot with pretty much all the time just because there are more manual controls. But for this initial test, we just want to see what kind of what Samsung puts into the camera and what it looks like right away.
Did you turn HDR off?
Yeah.
Let's turn it back on.
The first test we're going to do is dynamic range. And what dynamic range means, if you don't know, is kind of how much range there is from the shadows to the highlights and how much information it can retain. And the scene will be like the van because it's dark and shadowy there and super bright outside. So this is actually a really nice scene to test dynamic range.
So I just did a comparison with the S9 and looking at these photos, the S10 looks so much better. Like the clouds look kind of cartoony on the S9 and on the S10 they look way more natural.
All right, so next up is video dynamic range test, just basically in the native app, and we'll shoot 4K on the S10. So we set up for the same shot as those photos now with video, and we'll probably like walk through, but take a look at the shadows and highlights and see how the S10 handles it. I don't know what we're doing.
All right, so real quick, Caleb's gonna repark the van because we're parked illegally, and then we're gonna go down to the bluff and do a Skintones test. The iPhone XS has always had like a weird skin tone look to it, in my opinion, so we're gonna see how the S10 compares. We've been doing a lot of comparisons, but it's not really a comparison video, but it's just good for you to learn.
It is.
All right, are you gonna go park?
All right, Skintones. Is that cool? Is that really cool? Is that cool? All right, I'll do the same cool thing for the iPhone.
Do the same cool thing one more time.
All right, so next step we kind of want to look at is the Colorscience. And a lot of people might not look at this, but how every camera, even in like the big camera world versus phone camera world, everyone has a different Colorscience. So we want to see if the S10 looks any different than last year's model, the S9. We really do like how Galaxy has their Colorscience kind of dialed in. It has that warmer tone, but also like good crunchy blacks. We're just gonna go shoot around the bluff now and like compare the S10 to the S9. I'm rambling, let's look at these colors.
Got so many photos. So that was just a bunch of photos, some good, some not so good. But a few things to note right off the bat is that the S10 has 3 lenses, S9 does not, and also the UI on the S10 is so much better for photo and video. But we'll dive into all that later. Right now we're gonna go get an iced latte and then just keep shooting more and keep getting some fire. Who wants the fire?
I love your videos.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Both for you.
Cheers.
All right, so let's dive into the moment gear associated with the S10. We're super excited to obviously be supporting it with a case, a photo case that lets you mount all of our lenses on this phone. The interesting part now that this has 3 lenses, it has the super wide at 123 degrees, the standard lens, which we've so far been shooting with that exclusively on this video, and it has the built-in tele lens. So we do not have a moment lens mount over the super wide, just because that's already such a great built-in lens that we did not need to add our super wide over that. Anything that wide, adding a wide lens is gonna just cause tons of vignetting and look like really bad. So we decided to cover the standard lens and the tele lens with all of our lenses. So cases are available right now on our website, link in the description or on the info bar right here. They look like this. This is the black one. There's wood and a lot of nice colors. But we're stoked that we are supporting the S10 because once you add our lenses, it takes this incredible camera to the next level. Don't worry, we're not done testing. Right now, we want to show you what every single moment lens looks on the native lens of the S10. So let's just cut to that right now.
All right, right now we are gonna show you what each moment lens looks like in video mode. Caleb's just gonna skate down the street. It'll be a static. The one we're most especially excited about is our anamorphic lens, obviously. You bad boy. Oh. All right, now that Caleb has done, honestly, a lot of skating and is breathing hard,
We're gonna do more skating now.
we're gonna do some more skating. We're gonna do 4K 60 tests
And,
and 1080 240.
So 2 kickflips, or do we want some other tricks?
So 2 kickflips, or do we want some other tricks?
Kickflips.
Okay.
If you're new around here, we drink iced lattes and do kickflips, so welcome.
All right, here we go. All right, to make up for those bad kickflips, I'm gonna do as big as I can kickflip right now, super slow motion. Here's my biggest kickflip. Okay, we're gonna get on to, what's it called? Live
Portrait mode.
No, it's called live focus.
Live focus.
Live focus. On the S10, live focus. Let's check it out. We're gonna do a comparison shot. Keep the van more or less in the background so you can see how much it blurs. I'm really interested to try out the new kind of circle
The spin
blur.
bokeh.
As much as like that kind of stuff might feel gimmicky, like if you tone it down, it can look really cool. Like the little like circular spinny bokeh almost has that medium format look. So we're gonna try it out on Niles, maybe on me.
Should we do it? Let's do it. Okay, so real-time reaction to the portrait mode test we just did of Caleb looking HOT on the curb. S9 and 10S are like super similar focal length. S10 definitely wins just because like...
Where's the S10? Which one?
S10's right here in the middle, and it just looks way better. This one's a little poppier. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, S9.
Yeah, so this is S9, S10,
10S.
iPhone 10s.
So there you go. If you will shoot a ton of like portrait,
That looks nice.
if you shoot a ton of portraits or want that blur effect, and you're on the fence about upgrading, 100% do it if that's like your main deal.
Hundo P, do it.
No P.
That's what they say in Toronto, right?
All right, it's dark, perfect time to do low light test with the S10. See how it holds up for photos and a couple quick videos. But we found this cool tunnel thing. So we noticed that the S10 was exposing in low light a little brighter, so we always had to pull down the exposure. But when you did, it looked good, so we'll see if that actually holds up on the computer as well.
Comparison video. All right, guys, so that about wraps it up. That is our camera review, a photography review, and filmmaking review of the S10.
Yeah, so hopefully some of those photos and videos helped maybe persuade you if you were gonna upgrade from last year's model or from even a different phone. Never know. I'm a big fan of the S10. Actually, the colors
Colors are sick.
The look of it's just really good. It doesn't look as much like a phone as the iPhone, if that makes sense.
And the skin tones were like a little better. They weren't as orangey. They were a little more like natural, a little more neutral, which I loved.
Yeah.
And the portrait mode's dope. So.
Small things, but to the right person, those are big things.
Yeah.
I do think props to Samsung and Galaxy. I think this is the best camera you've ever made on a phone. I probably will strongly say that. I think this is the best Galaxy camera there is.
We're going on record.
On record.
Saying, you can quote us.
What day is it? Buy the Moment gear, buy all the stuff, link in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification button.
All the goods.
Thank you. All right, so this is a vlogging test with this stabilization. We're walking the dogs up the street, and it's all on auto, just turned it on, native camera, but I am using the Moment wide lens, just because it gives, I want to see the look of it. Okay, and this is actually on the S10 with no Moment lens. This is vlogging on their super wide lens, which is cool just to have a built-in super wide. So how does it look? I don't think you have stabilization with this lens. There's no OIS, but it's so wide that it should be pretty good. That thing.
Caleb, oh.
Caleb's jealous.
What's up, fam?
Back off my Vision Pro.